Hey everybody, happy Memorial Day to everybody in the United States. Happy Monday, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, wherever you are in the world, to everybody else. So today I'm going to talk about the heads-up display I installed in my Ranger Raptor last night. I just plugged it in, I had the cable just sitting out, and I went and drove it around. It's pretty cool. I like the fact that it changes the displays you can put up there. The menu is cumbersome. You got to come to a stop. You got to have your cheat sheet out to get through the menu. But once you've done it a little bit, it's not too difficult to get through. You can display a couple different things. It has a forward-facing display that is just you're looking directly at the screen, and then it has the reflecting display that goes off the windshield. So on the front display, you have your RPM, and then you can pick one of 8 different options on there, and it's like a couple different temperatures, the boost pressure, fuel gauge, there's a couple more, but for mine, for some reason, the fuel gauge doesn't work, but the other ones all seem to work fine. On the back that actually reflects up, you can have it show your RPM, you can have it show your speed, or like the pressure from your turbo, or your coolant temperature, or your transmission temperature. To me, speed or RPM are the ones that I would want up there, and honestly, it's probably only going to be speed. I had a heads-up display in my old M3, and I really liked it. A couple of the cars we looked for my wife had heads-up displays. We didn't end up getting one of those, but it is a cool feature, and it's kind of a bummer that we don't have it in the Ranger Raptor. I don't know if it's in the F-150 Raptor or not, but it would be pretty awesome to have it in here. It's not crazy technology. It's just a screen that reflects off the windshield. I will say that this thing does come with a little like card of tint that you got to put on your windshield, because we have a sound insulated windshield, which is great for wind noise, but it reflects 2 images of what's coming off the screen there. So you've got to put that little card on there in the right spot, and then it displays a really crisp single image of what's being shown. So that's the only, I don't want to call it a downside, but it's a little weird seeing like a little block of tint on your windshield. And let me actually grab the camera and show you what I'm talking about and show you how I installed it. So from the outside, you can see there's that little block of tint and then the actual display there. It's not bad. You can see through it. I mean, you still see the steering wheel. You can see my radio. It's just a little awkward. And then from the inside, this is like the driver's position. You can see where you're going to be able to see the numbers and letters and stuff. And then you've got the device there. The cable, for me, I ran it down to the windshield and then over to this A-pillar trim. I pulled the A-pillar off, ran the wire up to here, and then I pulled this piece off, and it's just that big flat cable in there, and I just tucked it in there. And then I came down, and this piece right here, I pulled out just enough. I didn't have to take it off, and just ran the wire over, and then plugged into the OBD2 sensor right there. Not a hard install at all. I mean, I could take this thing back out in 30 seconds. It came with some 3M tape. I ended up using double-sided Velcro, or not double-sided Velcro, but just Velcro with sticky backs, so I could take it off. The Velcro will stay on there. But use whatever you want to actually put it on there. I didn't want it to be super permanent where I put like some 3M adhesive that's going to rip the dash off when I take it off. And I know this stuff works well for me. So that's really the whole video. I've had some clips in the background. I will say that in direct sun, when the sun is coming straight down on it, you're not going to be able to see it very well. But that was the same for me in my M3. If the sun was directly overhead, I couldn't see the heads-up display. I mean, you've got a tiny LCD competing with the sun. I mean, the sun's going to win every time on that one. But the rest of the time, if it can be a really bright day and the sun's off to the side or a little bit behind you, and you can see it just fine. It's all about that one weird reflection angle when the sun is directly over and shining straight down on the whole dash. And then you see the black of the dash more than you see the actual LEDs and stuff like that. I did not test it with polarized glasses. I don't think it's going to be an issue based on what the screen looks like, but I can't tell you one way or the other. I couldn't find any polarized glasses, and the only sunglasses I have in my truck are not polarized. They're a cheap pair that I bought in Hawaii for like 10 bucks. So anyway, I will see if I can find a pair and get back to you. I'll like, if I ever find it, I'll try it and I'll pin it as the top comment on this video. And we'll go from there. But anyway, I'll put the link to this thing in the description. It was like 70 or 80 bucks on Amazon, not very expensive. I just bought it because I've been looking for these things for a while. And all the ones I saw up to now were basically like a screen, like a tablet that you just stick up there and it reflects off your windshield. But for me, my fear with that is that it was going to overheat. This thing looks a little more stout and ready for the heat. I mean, it's black plastic. It's not a phone tablet that would overheat. And today my phone actually overheated while I was videoing from the inside, and that's this video in the background. I also have some footage of it at night, but the issue with videoing something like this at night is when you go to a darker setting, your aperture slows down or gets a lot bigger, which means the depth of field gets different. So when it's focusing outside, it makes it look like the actual display is blurry. It is not blurry, it's pretty darn sharp. So just take that for what it is. When you see that video, I was doing like a little forehead cam. So, you know, not the greatest sensor in that thing, but it's a fun angle. So anyway, that's it. If you're looking for a heads-up display, I mean, I looked at a few of them. This is the one I went with. I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all best one you can put in your truck, but it doesn't look too bad, and it does a pretty good job for what it is. All right, guys, cheers.
It's over!